Turn on my microphone. I want to welcome everybody to tonight's meeting. Sorry we're a little bit tardy. We had a meeting upstairs, which we concluded right at the 7 o'clock hour. So we're going to go ahead and jump into the 7:21 City Council meeting. We did have an executive session upstairs. All things will be posted by our attorneys that are necessary for that meeting. Regular City Council meeting tonight. Meeting called to order. Any announcements? Elliot, no? Proclamations? Presentations? Well, there's a first for a while. Council committee and staff reports. John? Finance committee?
Yes, Finance Committee meeting met last Wednesday, and we recommended for approval tonight, item 6B, item 7, item 8, and item 9. And if I may add, if you have an opportunity, I'm going to put a little plug for the Fishers Health Department. The annual report is on their website. I think you all agree that the Health Department, Monica Holtz and her team has done an exceptional job providing a tremendous value to our taxpayers. The things we do, the things we see intangible, as every restaurant we go to has a sign out there, A, B, C, if they're making sure that they're in compliance. But the one beautiful thing is she will deliver these services at a tax rate that's lower than if we saw the Hamilton County Health Department. So she's delivering exceptional service at a lower tax rate. So I want to commend her and her team for a great job well done. As chair of the budget finance, always got to bring that stuff up, bringing that value in. So great job by her team.
Thank you, John. I'll move on to the consent agenda. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
I have a motion by John. Second by Tiffany. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed or abstain?
I need to abstain.
Okay, I got Todd's abstaining. Okay, so that passes. All the rest of them, we're going to have to do roll call vote. I do have two councilors online, so we're going to move right into the regular agenda.
All right.
Floor is yours.
Lisa Bradford, City Controller. The item before you relates to the Economic Development Project Agreement for the Gray Eagle Golf Course. At our previous June City Council meeting, you guys approved and had first reading for the bond ordinances for these two portions of the project. There are two bonds before you. One is a golf course piece, and then one is the piece for the multifamily, the age-targeted housing. So that's why you see the two separate bond ordinances. But these are per the terms of the project agreement. There's a slight modification from what you saw, and that really is to allow the proceeds of interest earned to split between the golf course and the developer of the multifamily as needed. So that's a slight change from the version you saw before, but that was called out and agreed to also by every member of the project team. Happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Lisa. These require a public hearing? No. Okay. Any questions by council? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second?
On item number 7 is what we're talking about.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, item number 7, I have a motion approved by Todd, second by John. We're going to need a roll call vote because I have two people online.
Pete Peterson,
Yes.
John DeLucia, John Weingart,
Aye.
Cecilia Coble,
She's absent.
She's not here.
Yeah.
okay, Brad DeReamer, Selena Stoller, Todd Zimmerman,
Aye.
Tiffany Ditlevson, and Bill Stewart. Motion passes.
Thank you. And you went over already item 8, correct? So I'll take a motion on item 8.
So moved.
Kind of moving by John DeLucia, second by John Weingart. Again, we'll go to a roll call.
Pete Peterson,
Yes.
John DeLucia,
Yes.
John Weingart,
Aye.
Cecilia Coble, she's out, Brad DeReamer, Selena Stoller, Todd Zimmerman,
Aye.
Tiffany Ditlevson, Bill Stewart.
You also did
Motion
number
passes.
9 too, Lisa, correct? Item does pass, thank you. You did item 9 as well, right?
Yeah.
So I'll take a motion on item 9.
Motion.
Motion
Second.
by Todd, second by John Weingart. Roll call vote, please.
Pete Peterson,
Yes.
John DeLucia, John Weingart,
Aye.
Brad DeReamer, Selena Stoller, Todd Zimmerman,
Aye.
Tiffany Ditlevson, and Bill Stewart.
Okay, that motion passes well, too. Thank you, Lisa.
Okay, thank you.
Item 10.
Item 10,
That's not you, Lisa.
that's,
Yeah, you can,
Yeah.
we're not gonna give you that one. That one's gotta go to Megan. Or she's gonna get mad since that's her title.
Thank you for the record, Megan Baumgartner, Director of Community and Economic Development. Sorry, I can't see everybody's faces. This is the final step in the abatement approval for 12001 Exit 5 Parkway. Last month is when we brought before you the declaratory resolution and the exciting announcement of 111. Biopharmaceuticals coming in to speak about, or announcing that they were planning to relocate to Fishers from California. So for us to finalize their personal property tax abatement and their vacant building tax abatement, we have to complete the confirmatory resolution for the property. And so that is the request for tonight. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for Megan? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion approved?
Motion by John, second by Tiffany. Roll call vote, please.
Pete Peterson.
Yes.
John DeLucia. Aye. John Weingarten.
Aye.
Brad DeReamer. Aye. Selena Stoller. Aye. Todd Zimmerman.
Aye.
Tiffany Ditlevson. Aye. Bill Stewart. Aye. Motion passes.
Motion carries. All right, moving on to government miscellaneous, item number 11. Lindsay?
Good evening, Council. Lindsay Bennett, Corporation Counsel. I'm here on second reading and final reading of the Property Maintenance Code update. The only change that's been made from first reading is really adding additional language to signs to make sure if the sign is removed that it is repaired and repainted, and then added some language on who can enforce the ordinance. But other than that, everything is the same as first reading.
Okay, thanks, Lindsay. Is there a public hearing on this one, Chris? Okay, no public hearing. I'll entertain a motion, unless anybody has any questions. Motion?
Motion approved?
Motion by Todd, second by John Weingart. Roll call vote, please.
Pete Peterson.
Yes.
John DeLucia.
Yes.
John Weingart.
Aye.
Brad DeReamer. Aye. Selena Stoller. Aye. Todd Zimmerman. Aye. Tiffany Ditlevson. Aye. And Bill Stewart.
Motion carries. Item number 12. Chief Gephardt.
For the record, Chief Ed Gephardt. Just here, once again, second reading for the parking permits for the couple of areas in the city of Fishers that we need some help with compliance. We've been in this for over 2 years, I've stated before. In particular, Sunblest Farms, Sunblest Boulevard, Sunblest, and Heritage Meadows all have issues within their areas interrelated to 3 in particular businesses, one being the mosque, one being the Legion, and one being King Judd's. We've tried to do all we could. You've heard me on the first read talk about trying to gain compliance. I think we're at that stage. I've had some community meetings. We've sent out notices for people to come here tonight so we can get this thing through the third read and on to the process. All I'm asking here tonight is a vote by the council that allows me to move forward with the permitting process. How the streets are added, when they're added, time zones and all that will be debated in the Board of Public Works on a routine basis. That way we can add and subtract streets as it's needed in the community and not over-exhaust ourselves with it. Any questions?
Any questions for Chief? Seeing none, it does require a public hearing, Chris, I see. I'm going to remind the public, anybody wishing to come up and speak, please state your name and address for the record. You'll be given 3 minutes in which to speak on this topic. I would urge you not to repeat, if we can all help it, to keep the meeting moving along. At this point, I'll open up the public hearing. Come on up if you want to.
I'm timed for 3 minutes, so hopefully it'll go well.
We'll let you know.
All right. Well, Mark Weinbrenner, I'm a 30-year-plus resident of Fishers.
Address.
I'm sorry?
Your address, sir. Your address.
I'm a first-time city council attendee speaker.
What address do you reside at?
Oh, I'm
sir?
sorry,
Yeah.
12458 Turkle Drive.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, I didn't
Yep.
understand.
Just trying to get it on the record.
That's all right. First-time city council speaker, complainer, yada, yada, yada. Big fan of the police, so don't hold it against me, Chief, for what I'm about ready to say, but I believe this is the permits are a terrible idea. Growth is important to any owner or leader of any business, and growth is usually a good problem to have. However, the growth of the mosque is unfortunately causing the parking and congestion issues. So from a common sense perspective, both responsibility and accountability for solutions should really fall to them and them alone, not the residents of Fishers. In other words, if anyone causes a problem, should be the one to fix the problem. You know, I break a window, I fix a window. They broke parking, they fix parking. And yes, it will have to be up to the government and Fishers and the police department to hold them accountable. Not force a parking permit system on us and then hold us accountable to manage it. I think that should be enough to stop this from going forward. It just feels wrong because I believe it is wrong. It's not up to me to know what's going on at the mosque so that I can manage the parking of my family and friends who visit my house. It's up to the mosque leadership to know when their members are parking in our neighborhoods. Any solution really should be clear and void of any ambiguity. But when there's language that implies the police officers will have discretion on when to enforce it or not, that's ambiguous. Therefore, by definition, it's going to be confusing, inconsistent, and unpredictable. It either has to be enforced all the time or not at all. If it's enforced all the time, then again, the burden of the mosque parking problem solution will be on the residents. You know, I want our hardworking police officers to focus on and be ready for more important issues, not be parking attendants. There's no way that you can guarantee that one of my guests in the future will never get a $150 fine, which would ultimately be considered my mistake because I did not manage the parking system well enough that day. My guest would be coming to me to pay that fine, and they will not be wrong. So what would prohibit people who live in the neighborhood, who also attend the mosque, from distributing parking passes to friends and family who also attend the mosque? So this permit system may very well add to the problem. So in principle, you may believe you have a solution beginning with a permit parking, but in practice, I'm also confident that you've already discussed all the problems that can and most likely will arise. So when multiple residents are having parties with many people coming and going, a permit-only parking system will be unmanageable and quite stressful. So I've been part of a church that's had to deal with parking issues, and it really was resolved with creativity and communication, and I'd be happy to let the chief buy me some coffee or treat me to some horrible cop coffee at the station, and I'd be happy to share some ideas.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Are you asking for another speaker? Can I?
Yours would be on item 14.
Fred Shield, 8488 Pioneer Trail, Heritage Meadows. I can't speak for Sunblest community, but I know in Heritage Meadows with King Jugs parking, our biggest issue has been the patrons that overflow into their parking onto our streets. This ends up turning into littering, people urinating on shrubs, drunk people yelling at us, getting mad at us if we sprinkle our yard at night, and they get water spots on their car. Yes, there's a post about that on the Nextdoor app. Somebody was mad at us for watering our yard. I think the parking permit's a great idea for our area. We can simply help the police by calling them. Hey, it's a busy night at King Jug. There are 5 cars on the street blocking my driveway, because to be honest, we'll let the officers know when people who are parking there are not supposed to be there. I think it's a great idea. I think we should move forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Matt Rapp, 622 Sunblest Boulevard, here speaking for the American Legion, Post 470. We're all for this. Whatever we can do to help the community, we're all in on it. Hopefully you vote this in. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Yes, hi there. My name is Dan Maloney. I'm at the 8479 Pioneer Trail in Heritage Meadows. I understand the concerns about adding extra levels or confusing rules and whatnot, But I think the idea of having recourse, in our specific instance, the issues with King Jug parking, the patrons, the overflow, the blocking, the continual blocking of traffic, the danger that it's also creating in the area. I think the idea of, at the very least, being able to move forward and create standards, so that way, hey, there is clarity, there is a way for the organizations as well as the community to coexist and interact. But more importantly, allowing the community to have some kind of recourse when an organization is refusing flat out to make the appropriate adjustments to the community needs. So that's why I think it's worthwhile proceeding and moving to the next step, so that way, hey, because otherwise we're just, it's all hypothetical at this point in time. So I hope it moves forward onto the public works in that area, so that way we can actually get down into the specifics, so that way, hey, the true debate can begin from there. So thank you very much, and I appreciate your time.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Hello, Sue Anthony Fulmer, 13857 Canopy Lane. We are with Sunblessed Apartments, which right across from the mosque. We greatly appreciate the efforts that are being made by Chief Gephardt and his team, and by you. The problem is getting compounded, however, when it's going away from the private residents, the parking is then coming onto our property, and then our residents have nowhere to park. So we are going to be working with Chief Gephardt to see how we can also get assistance by working with the mosque directly. In general, we're in favor for this. We just know that in long term, we're going to have a lot more painful Fridays at 2 o'clock. So I hope to continue the conversation with the mosque and Chief Gephardt in this area. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
With Sunblessed Farms, 8894 Torrance Place, and we're behind supporting this move, and I would ask to limit the amount of tap passes to not unlimited, but maybe to 10 to a resident. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Last call. Okay, seeing none, I'm going to go ahead and close the public hearing. Any questions by staff, or excuse me, any questions for staff from the council?
I have a question. Chief, I know we've heard people talk for and against it. When do you think you'll have enough time in that you can just give us an idea if it's working or not?
I think well, first of all, the coffee is strong at the police department.
I was sad he didn't say he wanted to split donuts, so.
Yeah, that's what I thought he was going to talk about.
So I think, to every word.
Yeah.
July 21st, I think, is the Board of Works, correct, Lindsay? 29th, and then probably 60, 90-day evaluation of things. But I think that's going to be moving. So if streets come on and then come off, I think that'll be done in that time frame to come back and take a glance at what this is and what it does. Again, my goal is compliance. And the goal of all of them, including the mosque, has been compliance too. They've been very good about trying to get public parking, and they've tried to do all they could. We're at this because there's been no other answer, and I think this will get compliance.
Mm-hmm. And Chief, with the vicinity of the mosque, what is a viable option for the overflow parking? Is it Launch Fishers?
Launch, and it's got room. They just don't go back there, and a lot of what their problem is not residents of Fishers. It's coming from everywhere because it's just, there's not very many of what they offer there. Down at King Judd's, I'm learning tonight there's an issue on the streets. That could be every night for a while to get compliancy. But we'll be able to look at each thing individually.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Yeah, I want to make sure I get Bill or Selena.
Yeah, I just want to say that, thank you for your work on this, Chief. I have received a couple of emails this week from residents, especially on, I think it was Tober, that really don't want this. I mean, some of them went over to the mosque, what is it? No, it was Turkle, I think, that sent me some emails. And some of them went over to mosque, closer to Turkle, and looked at Sunblast, and we're not seeing many cars there this week. What I can tell you is probably 30 or more % of that community is out of the country right now. And you won't see that parking, I would say, be a huge problem until about the week school starts, and then it'll ramp up for 2 or 3 weeks, and we'll be back right to where we were. And what I like about the plan that Chief has brought forward is that we can add to, we can take away, this is a living, and we can make it work for the residents that are there.
Okay, Bill?
Thank you, Mr. President. Hey, I just want to concur with Selena said. Chief Gephardt, I appreciate your efforts on this issue with respect to my district, and that's the King Judd circumstance in Heritage Meadows. It's been a long process, and this is just one of the blocks to resolve the many issues that surround King Judd. But I think this is a necessary and a great first step on the parking side of it, and we're just gonna have to monitor it and see how it goes. And I appreciate everybody's hard work on this. Thank you.
Thanks, Bill. John?
Yeah, Chief, just thanks so much for all the hard work. I live in Sunblest Farms, obviously right next door, and just seeing firsthand your sincere effort for at least a year and a half, probably way beyond that, is nice. And thanks to the colleagues for giving this another month. We had a good Zoom call and a lot of questions answered. And yeah, I think this is the right step, and thanks for all the efforts to get here and not go here too soon, but I think this is it.
Wasn't just me, there's PR involved in this and other officers that helped as well, and I'll send those to them as well. Thank you.
Any other questions or comments from the rest of it? I'll just make one quickly. I mean, again, we're faced a lot of times, not a lot of times, thank goodness, but with decisions that are sometimes tough to make, right? I recognize that there's a problem in these areas. The chief has, the mayor has, the rest of the staff has. You know, I believe this is an imperfect solution to a problem, for sure, that's going to take some massaging. But I think if we don't take action, it's not certainly going to get any better. So Fishers is not known for not taking action to try to improve things. So I appreciate the efforts by the mayor's office and Chief Gephardt's office to try to do something. With that, if there's no other comments, I'm going to make a motion to suspend the rules and approve on this reading.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second to suspend the rules.
Yeah, Council President Peterson, you don't need to suspend the rules. It's a second reading.
We don't.
You can vote it out.
I can go with that, just on the second reading, and we don't need to do a third, even though you've noted it in my sheet.
Go vote it out.
Okay, then we don't need to suspend the rules. So then I will take a motion to approve.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Motion by John DeLucia, second by Tiffany Davidson. Roll call vote.
Pete Peterson?
Yes.
John DeLucia?
Yes.
John Weingart?
Aye.
Brad DeReamer?
Aye.
Selena Stoller? Aye. Todd Zimmerman?
Aye.
Tiffany Ditlevson?
Aye.
Bill Stewart?
Motion carries. Good luck, chief. I do need to go back to item number 10. I got wrong legal advice when I asked earlier that we did not need to have a public hearing on a confirmatory resolution for Exit 5 Parkway. It's an economic development transaction. So if there's anybody here who would like to speak on, and Megan, remind me.
So before you do that, Council President Peterson, I think the correct thing to do here is, since we went over this, we passed it unanimously, we mistakenly didn't hold the public hearing. I'd ask for a member to make a motion to reconsider the item. Let's get that seconded, voted on, get it on the table. We'll redo the item, open up the public hearing, and then we'll take it.
I'll make a motion to reconsider.
Second.
Motion by Todd, second by John DeLucia. Roll call vote to reconsider.
Thank you.
And I'll take it on to Chris later.
Thank you.
Pete Peterson?
Yes.
John DeLucia?
Yes.
John Weingart?
Aye.
Brad DeReamer?
Aye.
Selena Stoller? Aye. Todd Zimmerman?
Aye.
Tiffany Ditlevson?
Aye.
Bill Stewart?
Thank
Okay,
you.
so-
Now, if you want to open the public hearing on the item, we can do so.
Now we'll open up the public hearing. Megan, can you remind everybody what the declaratory economic development resolution is for?
Yes, so this is the confirmatory resolution for establishing an economic revitalization area, an ERA, that allows for the abatement to proceed. So we do need to have a public hearing on this. My error of not catching that in the documents previously, but would request that we have a public hearing, and then consider.
And remind me who this company is and what they're doing?
111 Biopharma. So they are a California biopharmaceutical compounding pharmacy group that is relocating from California out to Fishers.
So another thing that I've read in the paper today, thousands of companies leaving California, we're getting one, so that's good. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and open it up for a public hearing on this declaratory resolution for economic development agreement. Anyone wishing to come and speak, you have 3 minutes in which to speak. Seeing none, I'll close the public hearing, and I'll take a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Todd, second by John Weingarten. Roll call vote, please.
Pete Peterson?
Yes.
John DeLucia?
Yes.
John Weingart?
Aye.
Brad DeRemer?
Aye.
Selena Stoller? Todd Zimmerman? Tiffany Ditlevson?
Aye.
And Bill Stewart.
Okay,
Thank you.
So we have no planning and zoning on there. Any other unfinished or new business? Elliot? Chris? Okay, I'm going to move to community comment. I want to say this here because I know I've got a group that's going to come up that want to talk about that Tiffany has. I'm going to ask you guys to go last because I hold really true to the 3-minute deal which we put in place, and I've been really, I don't want to give somebody 3 minutes and let somebody jump over because we're going to be very consistent about that. So you have, state your name and address for the record, come up and talk about whatever topic you want. You have 3 minutes in which to speak. Michael, I saw you make a move. You didn't? Okay, really? I don't get to hear you tonight? Okay,
Good to see you, Mr. Colby.
yep.
Jim had contacted me with regard to an issue that's been ongoing, and he just wanted to make a presentation. Is there any way for him to get a PowerPoint on there or not? I don't know if there's a way to do that.
Tracy?
Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, I got it. Okay, so please state your name and address for the record. You have 3 minutes in which to speak.
Yeah, my name is Dr. James Gaidos. I live on 10947 Windjammer Drive South, Indianapolis, Indiana, 46256. I'm here to discuss an issue in regards to high E. coli count that's in the stream behind me and all my neighbors' house in the city of Windjammer. The first notification was to the city back in April of 2024. I'm here in regards to the concerns and perceptions that I have in regards to the timeliness that it's taken. So we've been working with the city of Fishers for over a year. We did not know. I finally contacted the EPA in May. EPA reached out to the city of Fishers, and the Indiana Department of Health has been working with the city of Fishers since. My perception is that it's been taking so long from the city of Fishers Health Department to bring in people if necessary. The city of Fishers surveyor was not even thought of until after a year. The lack of follow-up, so we met June 4th on site with the city of Fishers Health Department, with the Indiana Department of Health. They said Indiana Department of Health had some great suggestions: ground proximity radar, smoke testing, red dye testing. It's been over a month. Little response has been happened from the city. There seems to be little urgency. The tone and the analysis between the Indiana Department of Health and the city of Fishers is different. It took a year to realize in the Indiana Department of Health that the septic systems weren't, some of them weren't even permitted appropriately. You'd think that would have been one of the first things that the Indiana Department of Health would have looked at. And again, the fact that the drainage board or the surveyor team was not immediately contacted. This is from the Indiana Department, this citations from the Indiana Department of Health suggesting that they contact the surveyor. This was back on June 4th. This was a year later after this was after it was brought up to the city of Fishers. The city of Fishers emails, while they seem very thorough, they're just vague and they appear to be very dismissive. The tones appear to be hoping for, these are equal.
You've got 1 minute.
These are E. coli counts here. Below 235 is unsafe, or is safe to swim. Above it is not safe. Again, The sample to the right shows that the IDOH samples are well above, 10 times more than what the city of Fishers has. And the city of Fishers is trying to say, well, you know, I've seen worse. Next steps, looking for urgency across all the city here. Any resources we have, health department, surveyor, drainage boards, if we could all just be collaborative here, we're proud citizens of the community, and we want to find resolutions for this equal account with not only the guys community. And again, just some resources that the Indiana Department of Health is suggesting, and it's just been a little bit slow for the city to respond. Next steps,
15.
They've also recommended looking at the septic systems being past the life expectancy in the neighborhood, carefree neighborhood behind us, and you know, that should be explored as well.
Thank you. Yep, you're good, 2:58, you came in under the wire. So I'm gonna urge you, because you and I have had a couple conversations as well, I'm gonna urge you to go ahead and forward that out to the council, just so you can see your presentation, because I like your presentation. I do know I've kind of dug into this along with the mayor and Todd, and some others have been looking into it, and I certainly understand your frustration, but understand that you've got a lot of eyes on it now. We're trying to get to as quick a resolution as we possibly can. Unfortunately, when we're dealing with multiple governmental organizations, which all report to different places, doesn't make it any easier. So, yeah, I appreciate it.
And you can find all of our email addresses on our website,
Yeah.
so you can get to everybody.
Yep, thank you. Anyone else wishing to speak, public comment? Okay, yes, sir.
Hi, I'm Matthew Brands, 9446 Ash Lake Lane. I'd like to talk about Gray Eagle that you passed tonight. $5,300,000 in lost tax revenue. That is, I believe, what we're losing in the tax increment over the next 25 years. The city budgets don't go down, they only go up. So the rest of us pick up that tax burden. I hope you watch the public hearings today, this afternoon, where I posed some questions. The jobs report that came out Friday, it's funny, the stuff comes out 2 days before the last day. You've been talking to Gray Eagle, listening to them 4 years. When do the rest of the taxpayers get the data they need to formulate an opposition argument? They get it the last week, because the city stacks all the public hearings on the very last day. All the politicians, you know, you act like this is a done deal, but there was 2 public hearings today. Anyway, I asked about the jobs report. The numbers look like nonsense. Never got a clear response. I don't think there was any response from the city on that. I also posed the question, has the city studied the demand for golf in Fishers? Do we need 4 golf courses? We can't survive with just 3. And I don't think there was an answer to that one either. I guess this is more about preserving property values in Gray Eagle subdivision. And the only conclusion I guess I can make there is that golf courses in Fishers are now too big to fail. And that just seems ridiculous to me, that we can't have a free market of golf courses. Maybe the demand for golf is declining, maybe we only need 3. But I guess not, I guess we now need 4. And the city's subsidizing that 4th golf course because it's too big to fail. So, I don't know, the people in this town, I mean, we all pay property taxes. You know, we don't really have a choice. People have mortgages, they have other bills, they have kids to raise, groceries, clothes, everything. And I mean, every dollar spent on property taxes is a dollar you can't spend on something else. And we pay our property taxes because it's premised on the idea that we're all paying our equal fair share. And if there is a list of property owners who don't pay their fair share, it's because they deserve to be on that list, because they're providing something to our city that
15 seconds.
That we cannot get via the free market. And I don't think a luxury recreational amenity deserves to be on that list, not the 4th one of the same thing in our city. It's
Thank you,
unfair.
sir. 3 minutes on. Thank you.
5 seconds. It's unfair to
He's got to go in there. I had it down here.
It's unfair to everyone.
Thank you. I didn't know you were running that, Tracy. Okay. Yep, thank you. Okay, is there anyone else who wants to come up for public comment? If not, I'm going to let Tiffany's group come on up and talk to us, and I'm going to ask you to try to be succinct so I can try to leave it in the same context if I can.
Fantastic. I'll just take a couple of free minutes. So these young people, they're from Fishers High School. They're the Future Black Leaders Club, and they are the team that put on our city's Juneteenth celebration last month. They are a hardworking group, and what I think is so amazing about this group, President Peterson, Deputy Mayor Holgram, is that this is student-led. This is a student-led group. They work with the Arts Council. They built relationships. They're connecting with organizations outside of the city to work on the city's behalf. They filled a wonderful gap. The city of Indianapolis did not have their Juneteenth parade, so that brought even more people to our celebration. So Jaden he led the project this year. He's heading off to USC in a couple of weeks to study. He's been a wonderful leader on this project, and he's a really good kid. Jaden, I will turn it over to you and your group.
So Tracy, I'm going to ask you to restart that since Tiffany took up most of their time. So, and I'm going to try to leave it. I'm going to try to leave it to 3 minutes just so I can be fair to everyone. So, Jaden, please, you have the mic.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Tiffany. My name is Jaden Rucker. I am the exiting president this past year. I'll let Gianna introduce herself.
I'm Gianna Fowler. I'm going to be one of the co-presidents this upcoming school year.
Hi, I'm Maui Regby, and I will be the other co-president for this upcoming school year.
We have some more members behind us, but we are the Future Black Leaders from Fishers High School. And so, yes, we did just plan a Juneteenth celebration. I'm going to have Maui kind of start us off.
Hi, yes. So I wanted to discuss the history of the Juneteenth Jubilee. We started in 2020 at the amphitheater, and now in 2023, we moved to working with Conner Prairie and using the big open field. So in 2025, which was this year, we used Conner Prairie.
So just a little bit of context on the event. So we invite a whole bunch of Black-owned vendors from the community that we kind of be able to find through kind of networking that we do and also just online. We kind of invite them to to Conner Prairie to kind of have an area to sell their goods. And then we also have an application process to where other people who are wanting to support the event are also able to apply as vendors. And then we have a vetting process that we go through to make sure that everybody that we do kind of accept aligns with our mission and aligns with what we think, is going to want to be promoted at our event. And so just kind of some of the statistics that I have. I know it's a little bit difficult to kind of analyze these because we don't have our PowerPoint like we were expecting, but we did have people come from around the county and around the surrounding counties. So we did have a lot of people from Indianapolis come because there was no celebration. As I mentioned, the surrounding counties. I also know that we have had in previous years as well attendees come from neighboring states. So we really are able to get the message out with this event, and we do have people that come to this event. We very much feel like people appreciate this event, even beyond our community. And additionally, with the attendance, so our event goes from 5 to 8 p.m., and I have the attendance for Conner Prairie, and around at 5, we had around 1,000 at Conner Prairie, and it boosted up by 6 to around 1.2, over 1.2 thousand consecutive attendees kind of going in and out of the event. And so, as you can see, or you can't see, but the hours that we had our event were some of the most productive hours of Conner Prairie, so they did have the highest numbers of attendees during the hours of our event, and so that has continued through our previous years where we've put it at Conner Prairie as well. And just for our overall growth for each year, so I know in 2023 when we started at Conner Prairie, we had an attendance of just under 1,500. And then when we had the event last year, we boosted up to over 2,500. And in this year, we've gotten around 3,000 attendees is what we got this year. And so we kind of just keep growing, and we hope to grow more as we get more support. And so I know I'm running out of a little time out here, but I'll let Gianna continue.
Yeah, some ways to support include just posting the event on the city council pages and promoting them through schools and other places.
Thank you. First of all, I wish you guys all the best of luck. I think you guys have done a really great job. Appreciate the effort to come here and talk to the council tonight. And again, I wish you all the best of luck. Great luck at school. So, thank you all.
Thank you.
Before I close the public hearing, is there anybody else who wants to make a comment or community comment before I close the community comments? Going once, going twice. I'm going to go ahead and close the public hearing. I don't believe we have any other announcements, so I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
A motion to adjourn. We're adjourned.